RHOD has been put on an official pause and we scored the first exclusive interviews with Dr. Tiffany Moon and D'Andra Simmons to get their thoughts. The Real Housewives of Dallas have officially been put on pause after 5 seasons, and 2 of this season's stars, Dr. Tiffany Moon, 36, and D'Andra Simmons, 52, are weighing in on the news now that it's set in. Honestly, the first feeling that I felt when I found out is relieved, Dr. Moon told HollywoodLife Exclusively on our Housewives podcast, "Pay attention Puh-Lease. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, but it really did take a toll on me physically, mentally and emotionally, and it took a lot of time away from my family because you have to remember, I was working full-time during that time in the hospital." D'Andra, who has been on since season 2, was a little more surprised when she got the call. "Honestly, I wasn't totally in shock," D'Andra shared. "However, it was a very hard year for every franchise because of the COVID situation. Everybody kind of had to pivot and figure out what was next. Some of the ladies I really enjoyed working with and I'm going to miss that, so we continue our friendships. We're on hiatus, which is good, so we get to take a rest. If you don't get to take a rest, I think this is a reset for me, so I am glad I have some time off to pursue some other things and think about the last few years and all the great and wonderful things that happened during my time with the RHOD, and if it continues, fine, and if it doesn't, God has another door opening and I really trust and believe in that." COVID-19 not only affected RHOD but pretty much every franchise across the board, with production shutdowns and positive tests. D'Andra, who contracted the illness, and Tiffany, who's been battling the disease as a frontline worker, even felt the hurt at their reunion as cast members Brandy Redmond, 43, and Carrie Brittingham, 51, filmed virtually due to Carrie testing positive upon arrival from Dallas and Brandy sitting next to her on the trip from the South. After the reunion, rumors had been swirling that filming for season 6 was already underway, so when news of a pause hit Bravo, fans were stunned. "Nope, we ended with reunion with me having a nosebleed on national TV, and that was the last scene of me on TV," Dr. Moon revealed. There were multiple accounts posting that we would be back. While the show's future remains completely unknown, Dr. Moon and D'Andra were quick to say it's a never say never answer if they'd ever return to a screen again in the near future. "The door is always open if Bravo wants to come back to the show and ask me back, certainly I would go back," D'Andra shared. "Now I did a season, and if they were to bring it back in another year or 2 or 3, I think I would consider it, depending on what life circumstances I was in during that time. I liked certain parts of it and not certain parts of it, but I would consider it," Dr. Moon added. "I was always like, I don't know, we'll see, the circumstances would need to be right. I was always on the fence, to be honest." Related gallery. Real Housewives stars in bikinis, see photos of Luann Lesseps and more. Make sure you check out the full podcast and all of our episodes where we mention all of the latest Bravo tea and more, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts now.